Many years ago, in a town named Owerri, there lived a man named Emeka. Emeka was every woman's dream. He was very handsome, tall, and dark in complexion. He had this contagious smile and a beautiful eyes that instantly captivates any woman he comes across. Emeka was a very wealthy man. He was a billionaire that lacked nothing. He had just recently returned from Canada a few days ago. After spending years in Canada with his parents building his business empire, Emeka's family was well known in the city of Owerri as the most powerful and influential family that inherited oil money, the Nwokories. Money was like nothing to Emeka. He was very rich, tall, handsome. In fact, he was a full package. As Emeka sat in his living room, he picked up his phone and called his best friend Chidera. "Don't tell me you're in Nigeria," Chidera asked so excitedly. "Yes, so Chidera. I just returned back from Yankee few days ago." Before he could finish speaking, Chidera dropped the call and drove to Emeka's house. "My guy," Chidera shouted as he went to hug Emeka. Chidera, I was on call with you barely 10 minutes ago. Did you fly here?" "Oga, calm down. You don't know how excited I am to see you." "Bro, it's been years," Chidera said as he went to sit down on a chair. "So you returned back few days ago and locked yourself in this house? Come on now, I need to take you out. Let's go and enjoy ourselves in a chill place. A whole billionaire like you, being stingy to yourself." "Chidera, you've not changed at all," Emeka said as he smiled. "I am very tired and don't want to go out. I need to rest." Biko, stop all these excuses. You've been resting for days now. Dress up, let's go out." Chidera persuaded Emeka as he finally gave in and dressed up to go out with him. As they were driving, Emeka sighted two beautiful girls walking down the street, but one caught his attention. He admired her secretly while driving slow, as he said to himself, "Omo, see Angel, this girl is beautiful." "Which one are you referring to?" Chidera laughed as he asked him. "The one wearing a red dress. Her beauty is making me go blind." Before Emeka could finish speaking, Chidera was already out of the car as he went to tell the girl to meet his friend. At first, she was reluctant to go, but her friend pushed her to. As she went close, Sochi instantly fell in love with Emeka. It was love at first sight. They exchanged contacts. As Emeka introduced himself to her, Sochi felt like entering the ground. Immediately, Emeka told her he was one of the sons of the Nwokore's family. When Sochi went back to her friend Ginika, who was waiting for her, she told her she just met one of the sons of the Nwokore's. Ginika could not help but closed her mouth with her hands in excitement. Sochi, Oma, and Ginika were roommates and 300 level students studying microbiology in the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, who were just returning back from lecture that day. "Oma, oh, come, there is hot gist." Oma, who had just finished having her bath, rushed out from the bathroom with her towel as she said to Ginika, "I trust you now. You know they disappoint. Please get talking. My ears are itching me already." "Oma, you won't believe who we met today. We met Emeka Nwokore and he stopped to request for Sochi's phone number." Wait, Ginika. Is it the Emeka Nwokore I am thinking now in my head? The richest family in Owerri. Bam. Exactly. Emeka Nwokore, the billionaire. He could not resist Sochi's beauty and her beautiful figure. You know hips don't lie now. See what Sochi is carrying as hips. Ginika and Oma both laughed as they teased Sochi. "Ginika, aproko, you like gossip," Sochi said as she smiled. "Someone that just collected my number and has not even made his intentions known to me. You already concluded he fell for my hips." "Yes, nah. If he don't have interest in you, why would he request for your number?" Ginika replied. As they were still talking, Sochi's phone rang and it was Emeka that was calling. Ginika and Oma shouted with excitement as they told Sochi to place the phone on loudspeaker. Emeka had called to invite her over to his house for dinner. Immediately the call ended, Ginika and Oma began to shout, "You see, Sochi, I told you." Ginika said as she jubilated, "You better dress well, oh. Don't wear that your black gown you've been wearing since you entered this school. The gown is already begging you to change it. And that's your shoe too," Oma chipped in. "Please, the both of you should just stop, I beg. Am I going to see a president? Is he not a human being?" We know, but at least don't wear that your gown, no. That's all we are saying, chikena." So she dressed up and went to Emeka's house. She was wowed by the magnificent building she saw. From the gates to the designs of the building, everything was perfect. There were luxurious cars parked outside. For the first time in her life, Sochi saw a Rolls Royce. She admired the cars as she walked into the house. The parlor was a different heaven on its own. From the interiors to the curtains, everything was beautiful. Sochi returned back to reality as a maid tapped her. "Ma, you're welcome. Please sit on the dining table. Oga will be down from upstairs to meet you." The dining table was filled with different delicacies. As the aroma hit Sochi's nose, immediately she raised her head. She saw Emeka walking close to her with his contagious smile and perfect body. "Sochi, you're welcome to my house." Emeka smiled as he sat down on the dining chair. "What rubbish is this?" Emeka thundered as he looked at the food and called out his mate's name. "Rebecca! Rebecca! I told you to make pepper soup and white rice. Why am I seeing fried rice here? And what is this juice doing here? I clearly stated that I want champagne." "Sam, sorry, I misheard you." Before his maid could finish speaking, Emeka landed hot 7 slaps on the lady's face and poured the glass of juice on her. As if that was not enough, Emeka poured all the food away as he shouted, "You won't make me angry. Simple instructions you never follow." Sochi sat on the dining chair, looking at Emeka and the drama that was going on. She was speechless and too shocked to even speak. As they were done having dinner and Sochi was about going back to her hostel, Emeka smiled at her as he thanked her for coming and gave her a little bag, which an iPhone 16 Pro Max was in it, and also requested for her account number as he transferred 500,000 naira to her and ordered his driver to take her back home. As he smiled and waved at her, immediately Sochi went back to her room. Her roommates, Ginika and Oma, were patiently waiting for her as they were eager to hear the whole gist of how the dinner went. "Oh yeah, oh babe, give us this gist, we've been waiting," Oma said as she collected the bag Sochi was holding. "Jesus, Ginika, it's an iPhone 16 Pro Max," Oma shouted as she brought out the phone. "Baby girl, you're so lucky," Ginika said as she looked at Sochi. "This is just the first time you're meeting this guy, and he bought you an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Ah, I go love, oh, you've hit jackpot." "Sochi," Ginika called out her name as she said to her, "Tell us how the whole thing went now, eh? Stop delaying this gist." Well, it was okay, Sha. He even asked me to date him. Hope he accepted," Ginika and Oma asked together as they placed their gaze on Sochi. I accepted, Sha. He's a very nice guy and I fell in love with him the first day I met him. But there is something about him that doesn't seem right. He's quick to anger. You need to see the way he treated his maid that made a mistake and prepared a different dish. Before she could even speak, Emeka landed hot 7 slaps on her face without minding I was there. This person that is raising his hands on his maid will raise his hands on you. No matter how angry you are, you shouldn't raise your hands on a woman," Oma said as she looked at Sochi. "The both of you are just overreacting. Make una chill, abeg," Ginika said. "Maybe the maid is just stubborn and always making mistakes." At least he loves you now. So what else are you looking for? Sochi, don't mind this stupid girl, Omar replied. She's just blinded by his words. Just be careful around Emeka, okay? If you feel uncomfortable around him, just detach yourself from him. However, things took a turn not long after Sochi and Emeka began dating. Emeka's temper was unpredictable, and at the slightest provocation, he would lash out on Sochi. One day, Sochi had gone to spend the weekend with Emeka. Sochi was with Emeka in the sitting room as they were gisting and laughing. When Emeka got up to get a glass of wine, on returning back, he saw Sochi on the phone smiling sheepishly. Emeka's mood changed as he looked at her and said, "Why are you smiling? Drop that phone. I want all your attention on me." "Babe, calm down. I'm on social media. It's not like I'm chatting with a man." "Sochi," I said, "drop that phone." Emeka shouted as his eyes turned red. Sochi was still puzzled as Emeka threw the glass of wine on the floor, went straight to Sochi, collected her phone and smashed it on the wall. As he dragged Sochi by the hair, pulling her to the door and began to bang her head on the door. "Emeka, please stop it. You will kill me," Sochi cried as she was pleading for mercy. "When I say I want all your attention on me, I mean your full attention and love. You must do everything I want you to do." After some minutes, Emeka let go of her hair as he calmed down and sat on a chair smiling. Sochi was on the floor crying out her eyes. She was confused and shocked on what happened few seconds ago. Emeka, after some time, then came close to her like a totally different person. In a calm, sweet voice as he said, "My baby, I am very sorry. Please forgive me. It won't happen again. I just got jealous. That was why I hit you." She looked at him surprised as she thought within herself if Emeka was mentally okay. Immediately, the following morning, Sochi packed up her bags and told Emeka she was going back to school. He begged her not to, but she refused. As she was about leaving, Emeka handed 2 human bone straight hairs to her that he had bought from an Instagram hair vendor online and told her he was sorry for hitting her. Sochi, on returning back to her room, met Oma, who was surprised to see her. Sochi, why are you back today? I thought you wanted to spend the weekend with Emeka." "Oma, you won't believe what happened yesterday night. Emeka almost killed me. That guy is crazy." What happened? Calm down. And why is your forehead swollen?" "Emeka raised his hands on me yesterday, just because I was on my phone smiling. He even dragged me by my hair and banged my head on the door. After some minutes, he turned into a different person, apologizing to me and saying sorry in a calm voice. While I was even leaving this morning, he gave me 2 human hairs he bought for me." "Wait, Sochi, let me understand something here. Someone you've barely dated for 6 months raised his hands on you, and after that he gifted you 2 human hairs, and you collected it from him. Are you blind? Can't you see this guy is a lunatic? He's abusive. That means 2 blows, 2 hairs now. And you think the next time he hits you, he won't apologize with a gift? In my own opinion, no. You better leave this guy." "Oma, calm down now, eh? At least he apologized to me and gave me a gift. I can't leave Emeka. Oh. I am madly in love with him. And besides, I am sure this is the last time he will beat me." "Okay, oh, that's your own business. I have said my own." That same night, Emeka called Sochi on the phone as he apologized to her again and sent 500,000 naira and also told her to visit him the next weekend. Emeka was obsessed with Sochi. He always wanted her around himself. He wants to be around her and spend time with her. When Sochi came the following weekend and was smiling and chatting with Emeka, Emeka brought out a diamond ring and proposed to Sochi, who was shocked and happy at the same time. She accepted his proposal without thinking twice because she was madly in love with Emeka. As they were talking, Emeka got a business call and had to go out to attend an emergency meeting. On returning back, he did not find her. She had gone to the market to buy foodstuffs. She wanted to prepare a nice dish for Emeka and herself to celebrate their engagement. Emeka sat quietly on a chair in the parlor as he began to mutter some words. I know this girl has gone to see a man. I love Sochi. Why will she do this to me? I want her for myself alone. Sochi, my angel. Sochi, my woman. Sochi, my everything. As he was muttering those words, Emeka took a knife and began to cut himself. As Sochi returned back from the market and entered the house, she met a bizarre scene. Emeka turned the whole parlor upside down, scattered pillows everywhere, and even broke a wine bottle. Immediately he saw Sochi, he went straight to her as he smiled at her. Emeka was holding a hot electric iron. Where are you coming from, Sochi? He said with a calm voice. Sochi was already trembling and almost peed on her body. Emeka, please drop the electric iron you are holding. Emeka looked at Sochi, but this time around, his both eyes were red. He was beating like a lion as he shouted at Sochi. I won't repeat myself again. Tell me where you are coming from. Emeka, I went to the market to buy some foodstuffs to prepare a dish for us to celebrate our engagement. Sochi replied, shaking. So, Chef Sochi, did I tell you I want to eat anything? I am probably sure you went to see a man. I have everything here. My kitchen is filled with a lot of foodstuffs. Even if you wanted to buy something, you should have sent my maid to get it for you. Before Sochi could utter another word, Emeka threw the hot iron at her as he gave her dirty slaps from different angles. He then removed his belt and used it on Sochi. He beat her up mercilessly to his satisfaction. As he was still hitting her, it was as if something touched Emeka. As his eyes brightened, he then smiled at Sochi and said to her, My baby, did I hurt you? I am so sorry, please forgive me. I did it out of anger. Sochi looked at him in disbelief as she wondered if Emeka was mentally okay. Someone that was a beast few minutes ago hitting her, and within seconds he's talking like someone that won't raise his hands to hurt a fly. Sochi packed her things and returned back to her hostel. Immediately she entered her room. Ginika and Oma were so shocked to see the amount of bruises on Sochi's body. Sochi, please don't tell me Emeka did this to you. Ginika asked as she went close to her. Yes, he hit me again. I am just tired of all this. Emeka is acting like a lunatic. He can be smiling this minute and the next minute he's a beast. Sochi, do you need a soothsayer to tell you this guy is a psychopath? Oma said as she looked at her. It's barely 1 year since you guys started dating, and anytime you go to see this person, he must raise his hands on you. He's so insecure. You better break up with him before he kills you. And by the way, what's the engagement ring doing on your hand? Oma asked as she sighted the ring on Sochi's finger. He proposed to me and I accepted. Then I went to the market to buy things to cook to celebrate our engagement. On returning back, he began to hit me, saying I went to see a man. Wait, let me understand something. Oma laughed as she said to Sochi, so this guy proposed to you and still beat you up like a little baby. And you left his house with the ring without throwing the ring back at him. Sochi, are you sure you're not crazy too? Don't tell me you will still go back to Emeka. I love him so much. He's such a sweet soul. I think there is something wrong with him and he needs help. Love, kill you there, Ginika shouted. Sochi, just listen to yourself. Emeka will kill you before he even pays your bride price. You better break up with that man before you die. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Emeka kept on calling Sochi on the phone, but she refused to pick. He bombarded her with text messages and calls, but Sochi still ignored him. Emeka then decided to go to Sochi's hostel. On reaching there, the first person he saw was Ginika, who was standing at the door, blocking the entrance. "Emeka, what are you doing here? Are you here to finish up the beating on my friend, you beast?" Emeka ignored her questions as he asked her where Sochi was. "Please don't shout at me, move aside. I came to see my fiancé, not you." As Ginika was still talking, Emeka pushed her aside and walked into the room where Sochi was sitting on a chair, staring at him. Emeka knelt down with a big flower he was holding and began to beg Sochi to forgive him. He cried like a baby, assuring her that he won't raise his hands on her again. Sochi instantly felt pity for him. All her anger melted away because of the love she has for Emeka. "Please just go back to your house. I'll call you on the phone," Sochi said as she stood up from her chair, holding Emeka's hands. "My baby, I am so sorry, okay? I promise you, from the depth of my heart, it won't happen again. Can you come to my house tomorrow? Let's talk things out. In fact, I even sent you 2 million naira just to tell you that I am really sorry," Emeka said to Sochi as he smiled and left. Ginika and Oma, who have been watching the whole drama, then said to Sochi, "We hope you are not going back to that psychopath." "God forbid. Go back to who?" Sochi replied, "I am done with Emeka. In fact, tomorrow, I am going to his house to end things with him." "Good. Now we are talking like the Sochi we know," Ginika said as she smiled. "But Sochi, instead of going to his house, you should just call him on phone and end it." "No. Have you forgotten I am still with his ring? I want to return it back to him myself," Sochi said. Ginika and Oma had no idea that Sochi never wanted to end things with Emeka. Rather, she was going to see him and amend things with him. She was madly in love with Emeka. The next day, Sochi dressed up and ordered an Uber and went to Emeka's house. Immediately she entered into the house, she saw Emeka standing outside looking very angry as he said to her, "If you move 1 inch, I will use this belt on you. Who was that guy that dropped you just now? Speak before I design your face with slaps from different angles." Sochi was shaking like a wet dog as she said, "Emeka, he's an Uber driver, I swear. You can check my phone to see that I ordered an Uber." "Sochi, you should have told me to send my driver, or rather, I would have come pick you up myself. Sochi, can't you just get it? I hate seeing other men around you." Before Sochi could apologize, Emeka went straight to his car boot, brought out a big rope, walked straight to Sochi, who was trying to run away, tied her up and began to beat her. Sochi cried for help, but there was no one to help, as Emeka's maid and driver dared not to intervene. He beat Sochi until she collapsed and was unconscious on the floor, while Emeka sat nearby, drinking, oblivious to the gravity of what he had done. Ginika and Oma became very worried. They've not heard from Sochi all day, so Ginika decided to go to Emeka's house to look for her. On reaching there, she found Sochi lying motionless on the floor. Without a moment's hesitation, she rushed her friend to the hospital and also reported Emeka to the police, who swiftly arrested him. But Emeka's parents, with their influence and wealth, arranged for his quiet release from the police custody. While Sochi was at the hospital with Ginika and Oma, Chidera came to visit her as he heard what happened. "Sochi, I am very sorry for the way my friend treated you. Please find a place in your heart to forgive him," Chidera said as he felt really bad. "Chidera, can I ask you a question?" Sochi replied as she sat up on her hospital bed. "It's just something you're not telling me about Emeka. Deep down, I feel like there is something wrong with him. Because I can't explain. Emeka is such a sweet soul, and at the same time, he's a beast." Chidera sighed as he said to Sochi, "What I'm about to tell you now, I just hope you find a place in your heart to forgive me. Emeka is partially insane. Immediately he said it, Ginik and Oma opened their eyes and mouths in shock. His condition has been growing over the years. While in Canada, his doctors recommended treatment at a psychiatric hospital, but Emeka declined, saying he was perfectly okay. His parents forced him to, but he got angry and returned back to Nigeria. I refuse to mention it to you because of how Emeka was deeply in love with you. He has never loved any woman the way he loved you. I felt that if I tell you, you would dump my friend. Tears began to flow down Sochi's eyes as she said to him, "But Chidera, you should have mentioned this to me. I would have tried my best to help Emeka get treatment." So where is Emeka now? He's at a psychiatric hospital and he has been screaming your name, demanding to see you. Please, Sochi, if you can go see him, I'll be very happy. See who? Chidera? Oma shouted. Sochi, you better not go anywhere. Someone that almost killed you. Look at the advice you are giving to our friend to go and see a mad person. Onyara for that matter. Against all advice, Sochi, now recovered, went to see Emeka at the psychiatric hospital. She chose to stand by him, forgetting the pain he had caused her. Her love for him, despite the abuse, remained strong. As Emeka received the treatment he desperately needed, Sochi stayed by his side, believing in a future where the man she loved would emerge whole and healed. In time, Emeka began to recover, his violent outbursts subsiding as therapy and medication took effect. He no longer remembered the harm he had caused on Sochi. To him, she was simply the woman he loved, the one who had never left, even in his darkest moments. And Sochi, despite everything, stayed, hoping that her love would heal the scars that both of them carried. We've come to the end of this captivating story. Hope you enjoyed it. If you were to be Sochi, would you still remain with Emeka and still love him wholeheartedly, despite the abuse and his mental condition? Let me know in the comment section. Please and please support our channel by liking our videos and sharing with your loved ones. If you haven't subscribed, please do it, free. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye.